Hi dear all, I'm very pleased having the opportunity to bring you today a message all the way from the Netherlands to the US. The message might be a little bit silly on an event about metrics, because I think that the challenge of today and tomorrow is not about data. The challenge of today and tomorrow is more about collaboration, daily life experiences and connection. My name is Astrid Kaag. I work as a policy officer for the regional government of Noord-Brabant in the Netherlands. First of all, I want to share a personal story with you. 10 years ago, my life changed dramatically and suddenly I ended up in the line of the food bank. And in the line of the food bank, I felt a lot of painful emotions, like feeling completely disconnected from society. And over there I realized that we as policymakers, we are often focusing too much on the data and we are not really focusing on life experiences of people. Therefore, as a policymaker, I want to make sure that less people feel disconnected from society, that together we build a society where everybody matters. If we look at the region of Noord-Brabant, there are different stories to tell. We can look from an economic perspective and then everything looks fine. We have a strong and growing economy. But there is also another story, and this is the story about growing gaps in society. And if we ignore the link between the data, the link between the stories, then we will never see the whole story. We have to connect it to create an inclusive society with an inclusive economy as well.
We are at a transformatory moment in the world economy. We have to turn our economy into one that's fit for the 21st century. And I've been traveling around the world really curious about which places are up for taking on that challenge. So I'm delighted to be here in Brabant to learn and see examples of how this economy here is transforming for the future. I wrote this book, Donut Economics, because I wanted to make visible the patterns and the dynamics that we need to bring about in the new global economy.
I'm very happy with the open dialogues that we have about new approaches and models, but I think right now the real challenge is in the doing, that we just have to start and try out in practice, not being afraid to fail, but learn from it. And that is exactly what we did with the Brabant Outcome Fund.
The reason I love coming to places like Brabant is precisely to encounter the social enterprises, the experiments, the policies that are beginning to bring these patterns into reality. Like the Brabant Outcomes Fund has chosen social enterprises that are already delivering and are now ready to scale up and start making these patterns visible. But what really is exciting is not just the metrics we can measure the outcomes by, it's the stories of people's lives that change. It's the people who live differently, who see a new possibility for themselves, but also those designing these policies. The best way of learning, of course, is by doing. And sometimes it doesn't work and we redesign and we learn again. That is how we will bring about a 21st century economy.
The process with the Brabant Outcomes Fund was a real adventure. We failed, but also we succeeded. But I realized that we have a lot to learn about real cooperation to achieve system change. I also realized that the experiences and the design principles of Elinor Ostrom can serve as a good guide to really understand what is cooperation. I would like to highlight two principles over here. It is the principle of fast and fair conflict resolution, because I think system change cannot go without a conflict sometimes. And the other one is about fair share of costs and benefits, because that is key if we want to create an inclusive society with an inclusive economy. These principles are very much aligned with the work of the Global Thresholds and Allocations Council, and Bill will tell you more about it in a couple of minutes. But for now, let's cooperate. Let's start to learn by doing.
I sincerely believe that 21st century economics will be practiced first and theorized later. So I love to come to places like Brabant where it's already being practiced.
I would like to thank you all for your attention. And if you want to exchange more with me on this topic, let me know. I'd be happy to get in touch with you.